Well, hello to our viewing audience. I want to say good morning because it's morning where I am. Some of you, it might be afternoon. For some of you, it might be even evening time. And I know that this broadcast reached as far as Japan. Tell me where you're tuning in from. You know, where you catching us live from. We always like to know. We want to say thank you for joining us this morning. I am Recie Myers.
And I'm Roland Myers, her husband.
Yes, and we are talking. We're talking to spiritual entrepreneurs, people who know that they're destined for greatness. They're destined for more, and they're not willing to just settle. And that's who we're addressing. Good morning, Sensei Sabira. Good morning, Sipo. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining Roland and me this morning. This week we've been talking about, well, we started last Friday. We've been talking about what is blocking your success. And, you know, believe it or not, we all have something. And we need to, if you want to move forward in life, we need to find out what are those things that are holding us back. And we were listening to a gentleman named Dan Locke, and he has been talking about 13 different egos that hold us back, that block our successes. We all want to be able to impact lives in a positive way. We all want to be able to do something great, leave our print, leave our fingerprint or footprint or whatever you want to say on this planet, you know, make some kind of a positive impact in others' lives. And so Roland and I have been studying greatness in all of its forms, and we all have it within us. We are born with everything that we need to be successful in life. Of course, it's up to us to also develop and cultivate it, bring it out. Some people, you know, their talents are just, you know, you can look at them. I mean, they came out of the womb with this talent, you know. Others of us, we have to dig deep and find what it is, because we all have it. Mm-hmm. All right, you want to add anything to that?
Well, and then some of us we need to take some extra steps. We need to cultivate what we have. Yes. Do special training and workshops and things like that.
That's right.
But that potential is there for all of us, regardless of how we bring it out.
That's right. And we can't let things block us or prevent us. And the major thing, the most important thing is our mindset. So there's where that ego comes in. So we've talked about the first 10 already. And so we're going to just recap those first 10, and then we're going to add the last 3 to it. First is the blame. We blame everybody else. Oh, it wasn't my fault. He did, and if my supervisor wasn't this way, then I could do this. Or if my husband would let me work, or if, you know, it's the government's fault. It's everybody else's fault except your own. And then there's the know-it-all. I call it Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all. Well, you can't tell me anything. I know. They know everything, so they don't need to read any books. They don't want to accept advice from anybody else. You know, that's the Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all. There's the fearful. You want to do the next 2?
Yeah, the fearful ego. People are afraid of actually having success, and they're also afraid of failure. You know,
I think I was partly of that. You know, what if it? Oh no. Well, I'll go to the other ones. Yeah. So we need to identify those egos that we have within ourselves that hold us back.
Right, he came up with this acronym: fear, false evidence appearing real. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I've heard it somewhere. I don't think he came up with it, but it's a good one. It is a good one. All right, and then comfort zone. If you are content, you know, I'm satisfied. I have arrived in my station. You know, it doesn't matter. If you are content, or if you have that attitude, that means you're not growing. We have to grow. In order to live, we have to grow. And if you're not growing, the opposite of growing is dying.
Dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have more purpose in your life, you grow and you stretch yourself. All right.
The judgmental ego.
You want to explain that one?
Well, you have negative thoughts about others' success. Let me see.
Yeah.
It's a way of projecting your own insecurities
onto others.
Yeah, onto others. We should be positive. We should have a positive attitude.
Yes. So judgmental ego. Our values, we're projecting our values onto others. Oh, well, this is a good one. Somebody's trying to go to college, they fill out the application, they work hard to achieve it, where somebody else, he only got there because his mama paid. That's, you don't know, but you putting on your judgments or your values onto someone else. All right. Excuses. There was some TV show. I can't remember. So it was just a thought. Excuses. Making excuses for why you didn't do something. And you know what excuses are like this? He said, an excuse is nothing but a well-planned lie. You think, okay, you know what? I'll just tell them I didn't do it. I did because this happened, and it's just a lie. Yeah. And then number 7 was people pleasing. If you happy, everybody's happy. Okay, then I'm happy. Rather than stretching yourself, you can't please everyone, and you don't try to please everyone. Do what you know is right, whether it hurts this person's feeling or not. And it doesn't mean that you have to be blunt and ugly.
Right. Use tact.
Yeah. There must be a school for tact. Some people don't have any tact. They just let it all hang out.
Yeah.
There is a way to say everything.
Right.
And especially with the intention behind it. If you're trying to help someone, you want to give them maybe constructive criticism.
Because you want to build up, not tear down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number 8, justification. All of them is kind of excuses, but we're kind of pinpointing specifically. You want to say that one?
Yeah, it was where you justify your failures.
Yeah.
If I had this,
then
this
would
have
have
happened. Yeah,
If I wasn't so short, guys, I'm 4 feet 11 inches tall. I'm too short, because someone said to me one time, oh, you ever thought about being because traveling excites me. And I thought about, hey, maybe I could be a flight attendant. But I think you have to have a certain height.
They're probably not as strict as they used to be.
Perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, but you make excuses or you justify why you can't do something. Yes. Yeah. Number 9, jealousy.
Jealousy. It comes from the idea that rich people are evil. I feel this way. If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah. So that's another excuse.
Well, it's another way of saying follow the crowd, but not really.
Yeah. But there are people of means that do abuse other people. But I mean, to lump everybody in that category,
right.
You shouldn't do that.
It's generalizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then number 10 was having a fake facade. Someone who they don't really know who they are, because in one setting they're this way, in another setting there's some, and they change so much they don't even know who they are. So, be yourself.
Right, when you really don't have a connection with that person, and then you're pretending. Right. So you need to be, what's that saying, true to yourself. Yeah. So I guess we want 11.
Okay, now we're ready for 11. You want to do that one?
Well, there's a shy ego. Use excuse to stay in your own shell, and that could be kind of hard to. I guess it depends on your personality. It can be kind of hard to break, but
I kind of identify with believe it or not, I do identify with the shy. I felt for a long time I was introverted. He would say not. He would not say that. But my true self is an introvert. So it was more challenging for me to try to break out of that shyness and to speak up and to speak out. But that came with practice over time. So I guess we can't use our personality to hinder us or to stop us from moving forward in life.
Yeah, that's one of those self-development things that we need to, nurture within ourselves, because it can hold you back.
And that's why this area, self-development, is important to me, because I knew a number of these insecurities or these ego things apply to me. And I said, okay, no more. I have to break out of that shell. I have to get out of that comfort zone. I have to pretend, I know I don't know it all. And I admit that easily.
Well, I used to be the opposite. I used to say almost whatever was on my mind, almost without thinking. More like a gut reaction. So I had to learn to kind of watch my tongue.
Yeah. Think it through before you open your mouth.
Well, some people can interpret it as being shy, but I just now I look at it as just kind of guard my tongue. Thinking about what you say before you say it.
Yeah.
Because it could have consequences.
That's right. So that was number 11, the shy ego. If that is you, don't let that hold you back. You want to do the next one? Oh.
You can do it.
Okay. Other people's opinions. Sometimes we know we want to do something, and maybe you share it with someone, maybe someone who's close to you, and you wanting them to maybe support you in the idea that you have, and they say, that's a dumb idea, or, oh, you can't do that, or you start listening to other people's opinions, and before you know it, what you have down inside of you that you feel that you're compelled to do, they kind of like, here's a candle, blow it out. Don't let anyone blow your candle out.
Yeah, other people's opinions, I found, do affect you in some way, but it shouldn't affect you in a way that it kind of cripples you from action. So, sometimes there's wisdom in listening to what people say.
Doing something that you've been wanting to do, and you got up, you did it, and it wasn't perfect. Or like, say, doing a Facebook Live, and you made a mistake, whatever, and because the first hater comes on and says, oh, you did this, or oh, you're not this, and before you know it, you start letting people's comments and their opinions about stuff, like you said, as a good word, cripple you, and he said, oh, I didn't do that again.
Yeah, or you turn a cold heart when you should listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So don't let other people's opinions paralyze you and stop you from reaching for your goals and your dreams and what you know, and because sometimes when you dream about it, you have, oh, hey, I remember that. You have something that's pushing you, and it comes back, and it's something that you are destined to do. So you might want to look and really consider.
Right. Sometimes you know what you know. It may go against the current, but you know what you know, and you got to do it.
That's that belief in yourself. Yeah. All right. What's number 12? Number 13.
Lucky 13.
You want to say it?
Well, the DIY. Do it yourself. Ego. You want something done, do it yourself. That's a popular thought. It comes to the point where you don't trust
people.
Other people.
Oh, nobody can do it like I can do it. It's, you want something done, you got to do it yourself, because nobody's going to do it the way I can do it. That means you don't trust other people to use their gifts and talents to develop. Guess what? No man is an island. It's a song. And those songs are there to guide us too. Those messages. We can't live by ourselves on an island. Oh, yes, we did see that movie with Tom Hanks. He was out there on a. But see, he came there with skills.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah. But no matter, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up.
It's okay. Let's see, I forgot my thought.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, yes, we can use the people around us. If you're part of a team, you work as a team. You can't do everything yourself. You know.
Right, like for you red-blooded Republicans out there.
Oh,
some Reagan used to say, "Trust but verify."
Yeah.
I'll trust you till I can't trust you, till you prove that you're not trustworthy.
Right.
Okay.
That goes with when you just said that. It made me think. Sometimes someone will come to you and say, "Hey, you know what? See that person over there? You know, don't trust them. You know, because they're using other people's opinions about
Right.
you."
Sometimes you have to find out for yourself.
Right.
You know.
So you trust until they give you reason not to trust.
Trust. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those are 13 egos that many of us have. I don't know if you could identify with any of those in there. But these are things that hold us, weigh us down, block our success, because we and all of these things are external, mostly. You know. So oh my goodness, we're here just all caught up. Good morning to you, Stephen. Thank you for joining. I see Teresa said good morning. Good morning to you. Yes, jealousy. Thank you guys for joining. Tell me where you're tuning in from.
Brenda Smith.
Brenda, good morning to you. Glad that you could join Roland and me this morning.
I think I saw George Thornton too.
George on here?
I
Okay.
thought I did.
Okay. Sipo says justification, giving all the excuses for not doing something. You know, and we all are special. We all are gifted. We need to find our gifts, develop our gifts, move forward, and like a pebble in a pond. That pebble makes its presence known when you drop that pebble in that pond. The little ripples that carry out from that, it affects everything around it. We are like that pebble. Don't let your effectiveness die, because you have it. So that's what we have for you this morning. Roland and I will be back again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And before we go off, I do have a group. It's called Spiritual Entrepreneur Goal Crushers. If you'd like to be a member of that group, I share little nuggets and little posts and things to give you a little food, a little fuel to go through the day and be impactful. If you'd like to be a member of that group, go ahead and send me a friend request. And also, I do have a page. It's my page is called reciesdomain.com. There's a link in there where you can come in and look around and see. I do have a number of other things on there, including my book. You know, I wrote a children's book, and I'm pursuing that avenue, writing children's stories, and that may surprise you. So we thank you for joining. Did you want to say anything?
No, just that with your book, we're taking it up a notch. You have a couple of book signings coming up.
Oh, yes. I do have 2 book signings coming up the first week in May in this area, in this local Richmond area. If you want to know more, go ahead and send me a friend request and go ahead and ask me to, because I can give you some more information. And I do have one the middle of the month, and so it's awesome. My book is Ian and Igor, Inquisitive Island Iguanas, and it just talks about some things that we, the children, you know, sometimes they don't like to listen, and so the theme or the message is that we need to listen, even if it's to our older siblings. Anyway, we want to say thank you for joining us this morning.
And we're going to practice what we preach.
Yes.
We've never done a book signing before. At least you haven't.
I haven't.
So we're going to check that fear ego, and we're going to proceed ahead.
That's right. That's right. So thank you again, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 8. Enjoy your day. Make it powerful. Bye now.